There's only two
Mrs.
followers,
Lovely
right?
C.
What's going on,
Tell me how your night's going.
man? It's going pretty good. Is this? I've never seen your stuff. Is this joke or
Yeah,
this is
no, of
is
course
it
you.
parody?
Yes, we get up here and we just say things that.
That's all it really could be.
Yeah,
It
that's.
has
I'm like, what else could it be, right?
to.
Um, but
I
just
feel
just
like it's
just for
been
argument's sake,
sarcastic.
can you name something that I've said that can be proven wrong or inaccurate?
I haven't been listening for long, so the reason I came in and
So
thought it
you
was satire is
spoke
because
with.
the minute I jumped in, all I heard was these women. And so that's kind of like the same rhetoric you hear with like the men in
Yeah,
with my
yeah,
podcast industry.
yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is just like a funny little take on like,
Well,
some of those fresh and fit style podcasts.
well, I'd like to challenge you on something though. Now, respectfully, can you tell me what I said that was off course?
Again, I just joined, so I
Okay,
can't
now
actually
that
tell
is a
you.
two-part question. Now,
Mhm.
you sound like a level-headed woman. I want to ask you, do you think it's wise for people to respond to things that they haven't heard?
Oh, I think curiosity is key to knowledge. I think it's
To
good for people to
respond to
respond about
something you haven't heard?
if you want to know about it. A response can be a question or a comment. A response is simply a reply. It can end with a question of curiosity to figure out and get more clarity
If
on
you
what was
haven't
said.
heard anything, you don't know what to respond to. You don't even know how to form the question, right? So I'll prove it.
Um,
I'll prove it.
okay, go ahead.
Ask me a question as it pertains to what we're talking about tonight that you disagree with.
Okay, when you were generalizing with these women,
I
what
said
exactly
I said these women can get pregnant. Now what?
is that what you said? Because I didn't hear pregnant following that. Again, I joined in once you said these women, and I heard everything after that. Pregnant was not in that word,
So
so
if
in
you
that
know that
sentence.
pregnant was not in there, tell me what was, ma'am.
It seemed like a lot of
I
frustration
didn't know. I'm sorry.
on
Listen, man,
part.
I didn't ask you what it seems like. I'm literally asking you. You said pregnant was not
Oh,
in there, so you must know what was in there, right?
well, I'm starting to think communication isn't necessarily in here, considering I keep getting cut off. Is that
Because I can't keep letting you go somewhere else with it. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, so I kind of know when someone's running
you've
off
been on
course.
TikTok doing this for 2.5 years?
But I really have to ask you though. I just really want to answer. Like, from what you told us you heard, it wasn't enough to form any type of surmise, right?
Do you consider yourself an educator?
Lowly man without even a GED, don't have much going for myself.
Okay, so then what undergirds your platform? What is it that you like are telling
But
people or
see, have
educating
you
people
noticed
with?
that I'm asking you questions, and as a response, you're asking me questions?
What's this to get clarity? Is clarity not one of your strong suits?
I told you I'm a lowly guy without even a GED. Of course, it's not.
I
Oh,
noted
that's
what you
fine. That's
said.
fine. But I'm trying. I'm really trying to get something tangible from you, right?
Same here.
Go. You have the
I can
platform.
agree or disagree with what you're saying. I just asked for clarity on what it is you were saying.
But you keep
I
asking
asked
me
for the intent
questions
in
on
what you were
top of
saying.
questions that I've asked you. Now I'm going to ask you again. Can you tell me what it is that caused you to believe you were hearing foolishness, man? But hold on. Before you answer, I'm going to do something for
Yes.
you. What I'm
Go
doing
ahead.
right now is putting
Mhm.
steps in place to show everybody the foolishness that you're portraying. You don't even have a clue how to answer what I just asked you, ma'am. You came up here
Yeah, no,
overly
there's a
ready to
great answer to
speak
it.
before you even knew
When
anything.
someone generalizes an entire group of people, that usually cancels out what they're about to say because they don't know every single person nor have they studied every individual. So to say these women as a whole kind of cancels out
I'm
anything you're
young
about to
fool. I'm a
say.
young fool. You're educated, right?
Hmm,
Are
might be.
generalizations valid?
No.
Generalizations aren't valid
Are you gonna? Well, why don't you tell me something of substance that
because
you're
you
talking
already
about?
know everything, ma'am. And what I'm asking you is this: true or false? People who go to college tend to have higher paying jobs than people who don't have GEDs.
Okay.
No, that's a question. True or false?
I don't have the numbers. I'm assuming you do saying it out there though, right?
Ma'am, I didn't ask anything about numbers. True or
Well,
false?
I
People
don't make
with college
statements without the
degrees
facts.
generally earn more than people who don't even have GEDs. You really got to think about that?
Again, I don't make statements without the facts. That's called being knowledgeable.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Do you mind putting your husband on?
Do I mind putting my husband on? Do you not talk to women? I think, and that's the problem.
Hey, ma'am, I've had women. I've had women come up here and get in my DM and offer to pay me money to take these clips down the next day after they saw themselves. Ma'am, you are looking terrible. Matter of fact, so that I can't get away with it, I'll screenshot that picture so I can have a face to go with the foolishness.
It's my profile picture.
I got you. I got you. Miss Ada, true or false? People who have college degrees generally make more money on the workforce than people who didn't graduate high school.
I will believe it is.
I appreciate it, ma'am. Generally speaking, do police officers tend to carry weapons?
Yes, that's obvious.
Ada, can you definitively say that everything you just agreed to is a fact?
No, but I will say
Exactly. You can't ask me to say yes to something that I cannot say is a fact. That would be spreading false information. I can give you my
A
opinion, but you can't ask me
generalization
to
is
say
a statement
definitively.
or a concept obtained by inference from specific cases.
Mhm.
Do you understand that?
So again, not factual. An inference from specific cases does not mean that is
Lovely.
no. I think you're just doing a bunch of like bait and switch and like throwing around random topics and responses that aren't actually relevant.
So
You
how
haven't
come
given
I
an
was able to
actual,
get
like, what's
answers
the
out? How come I
example?
was able to get responses out of Miss Ida? And I asked her the same questions I asked you.
Me and Ida are two different people.